Ah, the mysteries of the sea. A strange place full of strange creatures, fish and seals and otters, and other things, the plants of the ocean that grow up from the ground. One must wonder, what does the ocean dream of in those deep, lightless nights, where not even the light of Ormon's moons can pierce the sea? What do the clams dream of? That is what we're here to talk about today, motherfuckers. We're talking about Ijayali, the goddess of ocean dreams. Now, Ijayali, she is a very interesting divinity. I specifically like her because she provides kind of an interesting, sort of mysterious, secretive goddess that has a lot of that mystery preserved, but still one you can play. Because on the sort of mysterious, secretive divinities, in other cases, and it's not that I dislike these other divinities, I like them, but sorry, I was just making sure my camera was still working. You've got on one extreme Amylase, who is so mysterious to make her cult playable for catalysts, for PCs, if you are an uninitiated piece of shit son of a bitch. It's just unplayable. It would ruin it if you made her playable for PCs, catalysts, because she's the goddess of forgetfulness, and she's the one who washes the souls in her river, and holds the information taken from those dead souls. And on the other hand, on the other extreme, we have like He Has Many Names, who's also a great divinity, and it's like his cult is very secretive. They're not sharing their true nature, their true aims, their true agenda, if you will, with the public. But it's all there in the book. Like you can know, like most everything there is to know about He Has Many Names by reading a section in the book. Water. But IJ Yali, on the other hand, she is deeply mysterious, the depth of the ocean in mystery, and yet there's still enough to go on there for playability. She has a clear dogma, although some of it is sort of vague. There's a lot of do this, and you don't need to know why. She has clear acts of irreverence, although, again, the reasoning behind some of that can be kind of vague. And so it creates this thing where you can have a player playing a cleric of IJ Alley, you can play a follower of IJ Alley, but you're not getting the full truth, and it can be something you learn as you praise her and as you go deeper down the mysteries, because she encourages her followers to try to figure it out. Try to guess what IG Ali wants. Don't wait to be told. And if you're wrong, that's your fault. You've got to puzzle it out. And the information you learn, whether IJ Ali gives it to you or whether you discover it through your own research and through combing through the secrets of the cult, that is not for you to share with others, not even other followers of IJ Ali. So let's go through some of the basics here, some of the stuff you can read in the book just a little bit. So she is born of Leviathan and Opiate. And as you might know at this point, the way I do Opiate's children is they are born of the dreams of the other elder creators. So unlike a lot of the other gods, it's not, fucking, getting it on, having sex. It's, the dreams of these other elder creators. So as Mool was born from the dreams of death, and Cinder from the dreams of fire, Ijayali is born from the dreams of Leviathan, from the dreams of the ocean themselves, so deep and abstract, so enigmatic and inscrutable. And so she's got that essence of creativity, the emotion and the sort of the mind aspect of opiate, but also that watery, eldritch sort of and also enigmatic, but in this bestial, physical way that Leviathan has. So Leviathan and opiate, and she is spirit level 6, so she's not like super powerful, but she's a normal power level for a god. Now let's look at some of her dominions here. So she's the goddess of clams, Clepia steroida, which is like, clam-like species, mussels, jellyfish, goddess of coral, goddess of the ocean floor, which to me is one of the more interesting dominions she has, and we will get to that. And goddess of pearls, which is very, very, also very cool, and sort of the way most people, most mortals in Kvegathale are going to be approaching her and understanding her, because pearls, they're these items of great value. They're special and they're luxury. And unlike the real world, where you'll get Redditors saying, well, actually, so pearls aren't that big a deal, and the process by which they're made, and no, tell that piece of shit to shut the fuck up. Because pearls, they're magical, mystical treasures from the sea, found within the mouths of the clam. And it's something beautiful and something meaningful. You fucking piece of shit, Redditor. And so, you're going to have mortals who are like, oh, goddess of pearls. Perhaps if I were to say a few praises, I could find one upon my fishing in the ocean, and I could finally have enough money to afford a bar of soap. And they'll look into that and get interested. And pearls are indeed her gift to the world, a mystical gift given from her to those of mortal flesh and to the world itself. And her symbol is 17 pearls within an open clamshell sitting upon a sand dollar. And I really don't like her symbol as drawn in the book. Like, you can see it looks so bad. It's just a. I mean, I get that the symbol says clamshell and not clam, but I feel like it would be more interesting if it were like the actual full-on clam. That's what I imagine they're gonna have a lot of the symbols be. And the sand dollar in it, just the sand dollar in the drawn image in the book looks like a dried up piece of shit. Like, it looks like something that comes out of my ass when I get really sick, and not a living sand dollar. Living sand dollars look really cool. They're thick and fuzzy and juicy. And so that would just be, to me, that's the symbol. It's the living clam with 17 pearls in its mouth, just, or mouth. I get it. That's not really its mouth. Whatever. Who gives a shit? And then on this living, sand dollar. Um, and of course, being a goddess of dreams, her followers, they have power over illusion, and so the symbol within their church, it could very well be moving. It could very well look alive, and her sacrifices. You are to bury the dead at sea, so her children may consume their flesh and grow strong from it. And that shit's metal as fuck. Just see these followers of this mysterious, enigmatic goddess, bringing their dead, wrapped in linen out to the ocean, and sort of gently kind of lowering them in there as they then sink in, going deep, deep, deep down into the ocean, maybe even putting weights upon them to allow them to sink all the way down to the bottom, to the sacred realm of Ijayali. And her prayers, they're said at night, and they'll be like in the water, so partly or totally submerged. So imagine somebody walking out like waist up into the ocean and saying their prayer, or even like diving into the water and praying within there, completely submerged. Um, and her omens, it'll be her children, the clams and shit and sand dollars. Massive amounts of them will wash up onto the shore and spell out words or messages or arrows. That to me is like, oh, that's just imagination porn right there. Just gets you going, thinking of like what images you could have show up. Be really fucking vague about it and how it might guide your players and whatever mysterious path they might go down. Um, and her churches, they're on the coast. It's rumored she has these like coral temples, which is just super cool. These like bizarre alien structures made of corals. Uh, um, and it says it's unknown if the goddess has an avatar, but I always like the idea of like it being some kind of like weird thing, like an elevated clam or a sand dollar or like even just like a sea anemone, and that's the avatar, and it's just this massive, some sort of animal like that or creature like that, deep within like one of these coral palaces on the bottom of the ocean, and her holy text has a cool fucking name, the Silence of Sand, which just it's the silence of sand. What secrets lie in this? And it's, I imagine a lot of it, the truths found in it, it's more about what it doesn't say than what it does say, and it's there are these blanks and things made unclear that you have to like, what did Ijayali mean by that, and kind of figure it out. And so I'll read a little bit of her dogma. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I want you to get the book. But the core part of the dogma is the ocean's floor belongs to your goddess. None have a right to this place save her children and and her followers. Which that's a big deal in Kvegathel because there are a lot of things fighting over the bottom of the ocean. You got the Rustalo, crab people, crab people, crab people. That's what the Rustalo are. They're crab people. And you have the fucking sirens, mostly worshiping Fatash. And then you have the evil forces of Kraken, who's an enemy of Ijayali. We'll get more on that relationship later, but Kraken, like the basically Kvegathel Cthulhu, a giant fucking squid. And so she teaches, though you may take her gifts of flesh and pearls to the surface, you must never allow them to fall into the hands of the ungrateful. So there's this gratitude. You have to show appreciation for what you're getting from Ijayali, and those who you give them to must show that appreciation to you and your goddess as well. And ingrates, those who lack gratitude, will lose the protection of her grace. And so you can see, violators will be washed overboard, will upon the sea to become a feast for her children at the bottom of the sea. And so that's why you want to show that respect to Ijayali, lest she sort you out, because she will find out about your ingratitude and she will find out about your disrespect, for she can plumb the secrets of your mind better than you can plumb the secrets of her ocean, better than Bacchus can plumb the secrets of her pussy. And so let's look over some of her acts of reverence. Again, not going to go through all of them. So she, the first one is failing to express gratitude. So, like Mool, she's big on gratitude, which is interesting because she does not call for a point of love, she calls for a point of hate. So it's not gratitude in the sort of sentimental sense of, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. I love you so much. Our relationship is so meaningful to me. But it's a rule. It is an obligation, a procedure that something has been done for you, and you must now show the proper respects. And so she also, it's a sin to put your own needs above those of the goddess. very much always seeking how to serve her, never focusing on what you want, on what you need. She teaches you've got to be able to change your plans. You have to bury bodies at sea. And I like this. It is a sin to neglect to kill a cephalopod. That's a squid for all you idiots in the audience when you have an opportunity to do so. But it's also a sin to eat the flesh of a cephalopod. And by the way, I didn't know what a cephalopod was until I looked it up because I myself am an idiot. And, it's a sin to concede that Fatash is a goddess of the sea. So she hates Kraken and she hates Fatash. Kraken for trying to conquer the bottom of the ocean, Kraken for her evil ways and her corruption and perversion. But Fatash for being an interloper. This goddess of the sky was stuck her head down into the ocean and gone, yeah, this is mine. I belong here. And Ijayali don't play that shit. And she is known to be a fickle and easily angered goddess. So you best hope that when you're guessing what she wants, you best hope you're right. Because if you're wrong, if you guess incorrectly, if you fail to estimate what she estimates of you, then you may find yourself down at the bottom of the sea. And so she has all these different images, all different forms of ocean-born invertebrates, and occasionally possess humanoid features. She'll be dressed in finery that seems to be woven from water itself and decked in sapphires and pearls, looking like an absolute dime. But that's only when she shows up in humanoid form. And usually the image is going to be something completely alien. Something just like eldritch, dreamlike nightmare fuel, just clam shit, fucking muscle shit, fucking talking about sand dollars, squiggling, wiggling arms and fingers. And she's, of course, in the court of dreams. No other court. She's a member of no other court. She has no interest in the sort of paltry politics of these fools and posers. Uh, and again, she's got this bitter rivalry with Kraken and this bitter rivalry with Fatash. And she really doesn't get along with other gods. She has little concern for them, particularly for the gods of the surface world. And she begrudgingly tolerates Dingan, uh, really only due to his animosity towards Fatash. And she has this secret, where it's whispered that there is a secret alliance between her and Annalise. So I like to think that of those memories washed away in the souls, perhaps they go to Ijayali. Perhaps Amylase gives these old memories over to the ocean dream to protect and to hold them, and that there may be some sort of agreement there. So that's kind of the basics of the book. So now let's go through. Let's explore. Let's extrapolate. Let's see what else we can learn about Ijayali. So on that Leviathan and opiate part, so let's drill into that. Some deep sea drilling, if you will. So the dreams of Leviathan. What does the Leviathan dream of? Leviathan is essentially an eldritch horror who, while not as directly malignant, malicious, or evil as Ahriman, is nearly as dangerous. Leviathan is alien. Leviathan, once your debt's paid, it is the mind of the ocean. It's the soul of the ocean. And so, what dreams does that strange place dredge up? These deep dreams, these strange alien dreams that seem to have no rhyme or reason to a normal humanoid mind. that can confuse. And so, building off of that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my dream cosmology. And I'll go into more in this as we go through some of the dream divinities. But I'll give you a basic rundown of how I do my dream cosmology. So the dream, like Kvegathale, has layers like an onion or like an ogre. And so at the all around sort of there is like throughout the space of the dream, you have the greater dream. This is the realm of opiate, as the whole of the dreamlands is opiate's realm. But sort of surrounding this in a membrane is Wonderland. This is the realm of Rilliskad, and each section of the dream has a sort of section of Wonderland built into it, the gateway to the dreams, if you will. And then there's these layers where at the top you have the daydream. That is the realm of light, of the emotions, of tranquility, the dreams of the dead Ahura Mazda kept alive by Dazazea. Again, tranquility, daydreams, sort of experiences you have while your mind wanders, while you are at peace. And then just below that is the dead lands of lost hopes and dreams, once the land of hopes and dreams, or hopes and wishes, or whatever you want to call it. And this was the realm of Ishmi, a goddess of hope. And these are sort of the aspirational dreams of the common man, of an ordinary person. These are the sort of checking my camera again because I'm paranoid. Okay, it's still working. I one time had a video where I was like done with the whole video, and then I realized like a quarter of the way through my camera had stopped working, and I nearly just jumped off a cliff. But anyway, so you have Ishmi's realm. These are the aspirational dreams of the common man. It's the land of hope. It's what could be. It's what keeps you going in a horrible situation, knowing that it could be better, and it just might be. And then below that, you have the fantasy. This is the realm of the beautiful Cinder, goddess of love, we've spoken of. In the fantasy, it's the dreams of Morgul. This is when you're imagining spectacular vistas and sort of your most aspirational wet dreams of the most incredibly beautiful women or men. For the small number of gays watching this, because I literally know women are watching this video. And it's the fantasy and sort of the imagination and the worlds you imagine is and like the wealth you desire to have, and just all the most exotic and incredible ideas. The fantasy, the realm of passion and love and desire. And then below that you have the carnal. This is the land of Bacchus, the realm of sort of lust and more baser desires. Think, just like the not your crazy aspirational, like the perfect 10 out of 10 you see in your dreams, but this is, the when you dream about that gal at the coffee shop who you talked to, who you think was into you. This is the earthy dreams of the good food, the good drink you want to have, the things that are within possibility but not within your grasp. A place of joy, a place of sadness, a place of varying moods. And then below that, below the carnal, finally we reach the deep dream. And this is where we get into the subconscious. Actually, no, wait, sorry. Below the carnal, I have the land of fate. This is, Kretera's realm. This is where the conscious meets the subconscious and meets the overconscious. Fate. Kretera's realm is the land of fate and the land of chance and sort of strange things that can happen, that will happen, that might happen, that won't happen. Probability all wrapped up into one. and the emotions of boredom and mischief and trickery. This strange place where it's unclear where you end and the rest of the world begins. And then right below that, those icy dreams is the realm of Ijayali, the deep dream, the realm of the subconscious, the alien realm that you can't really fully comprehend because it's just none of it is anything you would think consciously. It's to put it in sort of modern scientific terms, think about all the shit that like goes on in your brain that is not actually like put into coherent thoughts, and that's what's going on in the deep dream. And it's the emotions of well, it's hard to say what the emotions are, but to put some guesses upon them, it is the emotions of sort of unconscious thought, and of sort of the stagings and the sort of behind the scenes of all the other emotions, and then to sort of jump through the others here. Below that, you have, of course, the slumber, which is the realm of Mool, the dreams of death, where it is the unconscious. It is the dreams of Tuhul, and it's where rage and gratitude and gluttony reside. And then below that is the lie, was some of the dreams of Ahriman made manifest through Thog Calix, who is now dead, supposedly, for who can really know when it comes to the god of lies. This realm where it's all not quite clear, and it's the emotions of suspicion and worry. And below there, the nightmare. And this is the realm of Ajira, the darkest and most horrible dreams of Ahriman, where fear and madness and schizophrenia reside. And so kind of zooming in on the deep dream, right? This is your subconscious. This is where a part of Ijayali lives. Sorry, I dropped my nicotine. This sort of realm of mystery, of the abstract, of the familiar, the things you know are in your mind, but that you never knew were in your mind, the contradictory, the bizarre. And so, kind of going through here, let's talk about Ijayali's agenda. So, as mysterious as she is, and what many of her more abstract, checking my camera again, many of what her more abstract goals might be are unclear, and I don't want to delve too deep into them for what my opinions on them are, because I want to maintain that mystery for any FTs. I want to leave room for you to think of things, and to keep secret from your dirty, stupid, pathetic little players. But For all players are dirty and despicable cretins, for only the GM has the true power and wisdom. But there's a big part of her agenda that's made clear in the book that we'll explore here, which is her desire for the conquest of the bottom of the ocean, for all of that lower level of the sea to be hers and hers alone. No wickedness of Kraken, no devious ploys of Fatash, no arrogant foolhardiness from the likes of Nisknok Thage, nor any softness of that kind hearted bitch Dista, but all for the mystery of Ijayali. And so she's pushing towards this, and so she will draw followers into her. Even without them knowing it's her, she might just appear in their dreams, for those who aren't worshippers of her, to align them against those who challenge her. she is very unlikely to appear in a way where you know it's Ijayali. She's going to work through omens, or she might also come to you directly, but with you not knowing what's going on. It's just your dreams. It's just your. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, my headphones shut off, and I hope that hasn't fucked over the video. So we'll see when I rewatch this after I go past the 30-minute mark and see if I've been fucked in the ass. But back to Ijayali, I sincerely hope it's not the case. But she's trying to stop me from sharing her secrets, but she won't, that whore. But again, where you might not know it's Ijayali appearing in your dreams. It's just your subconscious. It's just your thoughts that you don't remember thinking, but you realize you thought them when they come to you. Speaking to you, whispering, there is an enemy who seeks to end you. You will find them with the farmers, watching you, and a violence lies in their hearts, and they will bring a storm upon you. Stop them before they can destroy you. But for the true followers of Ijayali, for her true faithful, for those clergy high in piety, she may reveal herself, and it may be known that it is her appearing and calling upon them to act. And I always have a lot of the time, she's not so much going to be speaking, but going to be giving concepts to you. So you'll see this great clam fucking muscle thing with weird sand dollar like appendages coming out. And you're seeing flashing images of the great kingdoms of the bottom of the sea. You see the enemies. Fatash and the Thunderbirds, they come to take you away. And you're seeing all these things. But other times she might speak to you in sing-song whispers. Oh, my follower, you have shown gratitude to the gifts I have given, and I will impart to you a secret. There is a tower at the bottom of the ocean, and you have gained the ability to breathe in that deep water. Travel down. It shall be a dangerous journey, and squid and shark and monster alike shall seek to stop you. But you cannot and will not be stopped, for I will be with you. And if you die, you will have lost my faith. And when you go to this tower, it shall be made clear. And that's all you get. And so you got to figure out, like, I don't even know where the fuck this tower is. Oh my gosh, I got to figure this shit out. And so you're kind of trying to learn and assume what she meant by that. And maybe it's a metaphor, maybe it's literal, and you got to find this fucking tower under the ocean. And kind of creates this air of mystery. And on that topic, there's this weird connection to art and dreams and the abstract in a way that it's not clear what her direct agenda is, because her spiritual servitors, the carcinos, they often appear in the dreams of artists and give them great inspiration. And the artists will create the greatest works of art they've ever made. And then they go missing, never to be seen from or heard from again. And it bears the question, why? What is Ijayali doing with this? What is the meaning of these strange, abstract yet beautiful artworks that those who may not even worship her are inspired to create? And then why do they go missing? And that, my dear children, is the question I will leave you with to ponder as you gather your poo-poo for tribute.